Damn, man, we got Charleston White on Alex Stein, man. Let's jump right into it.
Austin Metcaff. You see the boy in Frisco stabbed to death by Carmelo Anthony?
Yeah. My heart goes out to the family. They trying to make this a race issue, and this is a right or wrong issue.
Okay. So no, real quick. I like where you're going on this because I'm not even trying to race bait or anything. People are making this about black and white. You see that they're trying to make this kind of like a Trayvon Martin kind of. They're talking about it, but where do you...
It is. Trayvon Martin was an angry black kid that had to be sent to his father because he lacked discipline, grew up in a home with his single mother. Any well-behaved kid with manners that had respect of adults, once George Zimmerman approached him, whether he's right or wrong, as a child, this is an adult. You get off the phone with that fat-ass girlfriend you trying to fuck, you call your dad and say, hey, Dad, it's an adult around here to just stop me. He says he's calling the police. Rather than doing that, he had an attitude because as young black males in this country, we have an authority problem because we walking around angry, displaced from our father's issues, but we resent our mothers.
That's true.
So we're a ticking time bomb. And Trayvon Martin could fight. So that's why I say you be careful approaching some of these young kids. What a 13-year-old will kick a 40-year-old's ass.
That's true.
And that's what happened in that situation. He underestimated this kid, and he was looking for trouble. But by law, he was right. And he was judged by his peers. So we can't say nothing once you're judged by your peers.
Well, what do you think's...
Yeah, man, I can't say nothing about that. And that's honestly what we're going to have to wait for in this case. When he gets judged by his peers, will they be able to say, hey, man, you were more than welcome to have that knife on you. You were more than welcome to be in your right to go to the other side, the opposing team's tent, go sit in there. And however the altercation took off, it ended with you poking somebody in the chest and running off and later being found. So I don't know how that's going to be fun. I don't know how that's going to work up against self-defense in a jury. I just don't see it.
It's going to happen in this Austin Metcalf thing.
Metcalf had to go. No, that boy going to jail.
Carmelo Anthony's going to go to jail.
Carmelo going to jail. Because listen, you cannot bring a weapon to school.
Yeah.
So you can't say I was
what if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense because if you are afraid the day before where you have to take a weapon to school, why not notify your parents? Parents, you notify the school teacher. School teacher that's bringing these kids in here and resolve this issue is called conflict resolution. We was taught in homes that has morals and values, you tell the teacher. Somebody fucking with you, you tell the teacher. Let the teachers know so when y'all have an altercation, you're cleared and you're covered. Documentation beats conversation. So words of documentation just say this is self-defense. It's a premeditated crime because you took a weapon in fear. Anticipating to use it.
That was premeditated, though.
And it said a track meet. You getting ready to run track with other kids and you got a knife on you. No, man, you got to go to jail. You got to go.
And this is my biggest issue with it. Is like, why was he there with a knife? I hear people say, oh, you know how it is for us out here. We got to protect our... No, bro, you don't bring no weapons to school. I never once brought a knife with me to school. And you got to learn how to deal with this stuff outside of using deadly weapons. Hands down. We can't be resorting to stabbing people because of an argument. Come on, guys. This is not self-defense. It's not like they blocked him in there or something. Bro, it's just...
Oh. There's no so when is it all right to kill the bully? I don't give a fuck what the bully did. He don't have a right to die.
No.
Man, you weak man. That's why I say teach the kids how to deal with bullies and this won't happen. We're all not equal. Even in nature, you can be feeding a flock of birds. There's going to always be one bird to come in and take the food from the... This is nature. Yeah. You cannot get rid of bullies. Teach the kids how to deal with them. Bullies build character. You go to work, it's going to be a bully supervisor, a bully co-worker. You cannot get rid of the bully. Teach our children conflict resolution. Everything don't have to end in violence. But when you come from the black culture, everything is disputed in violence.
Yeah, that is.
And here's the big issue. I hear a lot of people. I saw somebody on Instagram earlier talk about basically just spin the whole thing back about we need to teach our kids not to be bullies. Don't get it twisted. We do need to teach your kids how not to be like taking advantage of other people and how to understand the differences between someone else's life and your life, and you should be making fun of them. I understand all of that. Sure, teach your kids how to be good people, but also at the same time, we could say your parents, it's up to you to also teach your kids how to handle these types of situations. Like he's saying, bullies are not going anywhere. And the older you get, the more and more that's going to become more apparent for you. You're not going to be able to run to a principal when you're 25 years old, and you're not going to be able to stab somebody in the chest because you're a full-grown man with a full-grown brain, and they're going to put you in jail for life for doing something like that. So it's like, you have to teach your kids how to do this. That's why you put them in MMA. That's why you put them in jiu-jitsu. That's why you put them in any of this stuff, man. You teach them how to do self-defense. Teach them how to de-escalate situations. You don't put them in mixed martial arts to teach them how to fight. It's so that you understand that you can do something like this, and you will always be backing away from the situation because you will only use those skills when you absolutely have to. And in this situation, somebody turned and used the knife instead.
Is the problem though? That's how
it's the culture.
That's the culture. That's how they solve when you have a serious issue. They don't even contemplate trying to talk it out.
We teach a no snitching rule, right? So our kids are walking around with these mafia rules, codes, and ethics of the streets that's held over children about no snitching. So now I have to take a weapon because I don't want to be a snitch and kill another kid. Oh, it's a simple solution. Go tell the teacher. Tell your parents.
Yeah.
It's a simple solution.
I know, but
tell, motherfucker, tell.
But what sounds crazy, I know
Yeah, I think the whole snitching thing is silly too in our community. We still holding on to gangster laws, and none of us out here really selling like that. None of us out here really in the streets. And then you taking street rules into regular society and thinking it's just going to apply. That's not how this works. Street vengeance, street justice, street rules stay in the streets. And that's why we glorify this stuff with our hip hop and all that, because we feel closer to that. But being as close as we are to it, look at how impulsive it makes our children when they feel like they have to go into a foreign world. Like, oh yeah, these people are going to hurt me. So I got to stay strapped, man. I got ops on the other side, on the other color.
Sounds so easy, but the thing is, even for the criminal, the guy that would commit an assault, if you stop him before he does the assault, then they don't have to go to jail as long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is not that kid's first time grabbing a weapon, because most kids who grab a weapon from the first time don't kill people.
Yeah, of course. You bring a gun a couple times before you shoot it.
And if I was being bullied and I'm in self-defense, even though he have an undeveloped brain and he's impulsive, why run?
I don't know.
Why get rid of the knife? You're showing criminal intent. Why throw the knife away where they can't find? He wasn't found with the knife in his pocket. He wasn't sitting down with the knife in his hand ready to explain what happened.
Yeah. So, but do you think that he had some sort of predisposition to wanting to murder? Is that what you're saying?
No. Children don't wake up to kill because they don't have the brain capacity, the brain development to say, I want somebody dead. Children are impulsive.
Yeah.
This was a tragic incident where a kid who don't have emotional intelligence acted impulsively because he comes from a culture that promotes, propagates violence. Mm-hmm. Every day, all day, kill, die, nigga, shoot, kill. You can't take this in, and you lack training. You lack morals. You have to have a foundation of a value system to listen to this type of shit all day long, and you don't have no emotional intelligence where you've been taught to say, man, when you get angry, think. Yeah. Take a deep breath. So he was anticipating this to happen. That's why he had the knife, and we had this outcome. He didn't want to kill no.
That's exactly what he said. He was like, or not him, but that's exactly what the community's saying. They're like, you got to protect yourself. From who, people? This is a 17-year-old child. Who else was going to kill him at a track meet to the point where he needed to bring a knife, bro? You guys are really jumping through some hoops to make this justify it all because of his skin color. If this take all of that out of it, you couldn't even see their faces, everybody would be like, how did it go from an argument to a stab and death? Everybody would look at it like that.
Nobody?
I don't think when he killed anybody, he almost kind of manifested it, though, just by his culture, him around it, having the knife. But accidentally.
I got a nephew that goes to school out there.
Mm-hmm. At Frisco?
And not to paint this kid in a bad image, this is why I used to tell my son, because I got a house full of guns. Mm-hmm. And I saw my son on Instagram one time with a blunt in his mouth. He was 14 years old with my guns. I told him I better not ever see you because I'm trying to prepare this kid to go to the military. You don't, man, take that shit down. Because that imagery
Yeah.
You can't take it back. So here he is. He got a video. He got a photograph, whether it's a real gun or not. That image is gonna destroy him in court.
It is. They're gonna.
You better not go to Collin County, where it's a predominantly white area, where these law-abiding, upstanding citizens have a heart for this white kid who was killed with a twin brother, a mother and a father. Their pictures with guns show a hunting image. His pictures show a gangster image, gang sign. And you guys want to play the race card in Collin County? Chill out, black people. Let's make this about right or wrong, because you don't want to go to Collin County playing race. You'll lose.
He hit that one on the head, man. Listen, people don't like Charleston White because he just be speaking the truth, or at least what he see as the truth. I can't deny it in this. If you gonna pull a knife on somebody after they had an argument with you, even if you tried to say, hey, man, hey, you come any closer, that's not a warning, my friend. You had the ability to just turn around and walk away. Even if it was the pouring rain, it don't matter. That was better than taking somebody's life. And that's the thing. Even if you're defending yourself, you have to be asking yourself, am I willing to take this person's life? Is that what this really is about? But when you're a 17-year-old kid, man, you make impulsive decisions. So we just going to have to see this one play out. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Charleston White, once again, dropping the knowledge on us. Like, subscribe, comment, and share the content if you're enjoying it. I'll see y'all next time.